something about my past came out. Came crashing down. The one person that I thought was sacred by me is the first person. Wait.
Hi, Genius fam. Today I'll be reviewing I Am Anise. We started with a young lady, Anise, who stayed with her dad. She was in a youthful, rebellious stage in her life, so she doesn't go to school. She was in high school, just moves around with men. She's just in this phase in her life where she does not listen. She's so stubborn. Her dad calls her Anise, but she always tells her dad that her name is Justina, not Anise. She was not listening. One day her father came in and he caught her with those boys, and he started chasing them around. Then she almost hit him. Called the police on her to take her to the cell for her to sleep one day. So there she meets Bobby, which her father calls him Bobby. So she meets Bobby, and she and Bobby acquainted with each other and the start of a relationship, and she eventually gets pregnant for Bobby. Her dad finds out, even though after warning her to stay or clear of Bobby, but she didn't listen, so he sent her off. Then she went over to stay with Bobby, and now Bobby's wife from the States comes in, and now she comes in with like a lot of people with guns, and they tell her to leave. And now she goes back to her dad. Daddy does not accept her, and now how for her to survive, she has to go. She goes into prostitution so that when she eventually gives birth to her child, she'll be able to take care of the baby. Guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know what I do on this channel. I give reviews of movies, any genre of movie, any kind of movie. You can get it all on my channel. If you are new on my channel, please continue to watch my video, continue to share my video, and tell me what you feel about my video. This movie started off in a way, like I said, that I didn't really know what to expect in this movie, and like it dates down to the late 90s and early 2000s. This is quite an intriguing movie. It takes shape later on in the movie when the story starts to unfold. It's broken down into 3 phases. We have the rebel phase, the repercussion phase, and the redemption phase. And realizing that this movie was produced by Biodun Stephen, and movies are always great movies. Like when you finish watching a movie, it always leaves you in a situation where you start to think about a lot of things in your life. You tend to understand different stories in life. So when I started, I didn't know it was her. But later when the story started, I said, when I saw her, I said, no, this movie has a lot. Like there's a lot to be shown in this movie. Seeing Uncle J Full's character, this was by Charles Inojie. This was where the movie gained its highlights, because like we started off in a movie where we see this young lady that gets pregnant, and now years later she's so wealthy, and I was wondering how did she do it? How did she do it? And we're just in a phase in the movie where we're trying to make sense of the story. Then we are introduced to Uncle J Phil, and the face and him coming just felt like this particular character was coming to deliver something. The when he comes and when he sees Anise, and I was like, I know this face. That was where, for we the viewers were wondering, okay, where is this taking us to? And the makeup that they used for him just made him feel so mysterious, like someone that came in to deliver something. Then when he eventually spews it out, oh my god, that character is a menace. And he was like, tell her who you be. Tell her your profession. Oh no, your mama, Jesus. I'm like, bruh, the fuck. That was like the highlight of the movie for me. And like, how he was saying those things, everybody were like, don't say, and they just give us everything all at once. I was like, tell her say you be a shell. Maybe person still should talk. I'm like, bruh, it's okay. And like, I love how, she, because when he started saying that, I felt like maybe she was going to deny it, deny who she was. But she was like, yes. And I love the fact how she, like I said, the other Anise was ready to take whatever comes to her. And she just accepted that, yes, okay, yeah, like, yeah, I did it. And like, bruh, that scene was a lot to take in. Anise's younger self was really portrayed, so I really enjoyed her acting. This rebel, stubborn girl, always say things that she does not like, does not listen. It was even later in the movie that she became really calm and started listening, and her life became better. For Bobby, I really enjoyed this character. It's one of the things that made me really like this character is the fact that his accent didn't really change at all. He spoke like a black American from the beginning down to the last scene, like down to where we didn't see him anymore. He embodied the character so well that I felt like at some point I feel like this one he came from. I know him as an actor, but you know he really did so well with the accent. The other Anise character was a really inspirational character. You know, she was at the point in her life where anything that comes, like she was ready to capture, ready to chest it, and you know, and like she was so inspirational and so confident, which I really enjoyed. The background sound used in this movie just keeps you in the mood, like it just lightens up that particular scene, you know, you are watching at that moment. I feel like they did so well with merging the sound down to the scene and the conversations that were going on. And the movie was more focused on Anise. You know, a lot of times was all about her, a lot of scenes were all about her. Another highlighted scene for me, guys, was that scene where she was telling her son David and she was hitting her lap, and she was like, if everybody in the whole were like, David, the time I needed you the most, when everybody was against me, you, my son, that everything I had done was for you and you pushed me away. That scene was so like, this movie is going to make you feel so emotional, guys. And the soundtrack, and she was like, and it was like, I know, mom, I'm sorry. Did you stand by me? You know, that scene, but you could see a mother's love and her connect in the mother's love for her child, and you know how disappointed she was when how her child reacted when someone said so many things about her, how we didn't hug her, hold her, defended her, you know, because it was the only one she had in the world, and like just it was like, nah, you don't take it. Guys, this movie, I enjoyed watching Annie. Shaffy Bello did so well with that character, made you love the character. She embodied the character so much. I had to repeat that scene again. Watching it, I felt like, oh my god, like then I totally at that point you just understand that most times in life when things happen to you, you just don't react instantly. You need to look at the other person that this thing is happening to, how you are connected to this person, and you're supposed to comfort that person at that moment and not think about yourself. So this movie, Biodun Stephen, loves. And movies are always great. Please, if you have not seen Anise, I totally recommend you to watch this movie. The loopholes in this movie say a lot. They just had the story they wanted to tell, and they told us the story so well. So, guys, I'm going to read this one at least. Let me know if you've seen Anise and let me know what you think about it. Please follow me for more reviews, like my video, comment on my video, share my video, and tell me what you feel about my video.